Now the stadium turns red, white and blue. The Roosters at home on a Sunday night. Does their attack click tonight?
Well, it needs to. You know, we're at the back end of the season. You know, they've got probably, there's some players coming. Victor Radley back in the football team. You know, Angus Crichton, he's been back for a while now. Got some games under his belt. He looks fit. He looks healthy. So, yeah, they can click back in. Number 6, the halfback position is a big one for me. The 6 and 7, if they get that right, they can win a lot of footy games.
Great relief around the Roosters when Luke Keary cleared of the broken jaw last week. Collins, magnificent in Origin. It'd have to be fired up and ready to go. So Keary on deck alongside Sandon Smith, who's playing just his 4th match in the top grade. We are underway on a Sunday night on Fox League. Final game of round number 17. Babaliti with the first carry of the night and a good start for the Roosters to get him on the 10-metre line. And followed up by his front row partner Tarpany on the second carry of the night. Good battle up front, and we've got Maria Hargreaves and Collins on the other side of... Oh, shots! Oh, yeah. That shakes you up early. Turpin Collins there on Horsburgh on play 3. So intention set early. He was not kicking early. Look in the replay box at that shot. That's nice. Last tackle Raiders and away for Fogarty, providing the first kick of the night. And sails down the throat of Tupou to bring it back. Canberra chasers all on point. But if there was some sort of victory in that set, Roosters could say they won that first set defensively and have the ball on their 30. Connor is in the side again tonight on the wing. Billy Smith getting games under his belt. If they can just start to string a few wins together, you've got to hope that they get a few back. Ron Collins up over halfway, playing it on the 40-metre line. Maria Hargreaves. And a spearing tackle of the legal kind by Wolford. Some of the crowd unhappy. Keary in the headgear, kicks to the corner, and Chris, good communication with winger Rapana there. Let's go down to the sideline for the first time tonight. The ground is in immaculate order, Jake Duke.
Good evening to you, Vossi. Absolutely perfect night to end round 17 of the competition. The Raiders making their first trip to the new Allianz Stadium, and they have been road raiders this season, winning 5 straight away from Canberra, and they meet a Roosters side who have won 2 of their past 3 in tight contests and are desperate to stay in touch with the 8. Should be a good one.
First time Canberra's actually played here at the old version of Allianz Stadium since 2015. There's White and left footer high for Tedesco with it, and he will bring it back. And again, the Roosters will start a set on their 30, which is again a minor win. You're not starting from running away from your own line. Good shot there, front on.
Yeah, what a start by both hookers defensively. Both have been outstanding. We saw the Roosters hooker get underneath big Corey Horsburgh, and just again then Canberra number 9, some beautiful tackle technique.
A good feel to this one, the opening of it. Maria Hargreaves on this run over halfway. Veteran, he's getting close to the 300 game. Now for Sandon Smith, of course, Jared Croker at left centre, game 301 tonight. Back for Keary, and a high ball on the last Rapana set. In the end, wasn't quite the pressure you probably expected when the ball went up. The Roosters gave him a gentle catch, if you will, rather than really hammering him. But again, Raiders start a set inside their 20 as opposed to Roosters from their 30. Little game of chess underway at the moment. Hopewadi on this run. In those 69 meetings of these two sides, Roosters have won 38. Raiders have won 31. Defence again strong there. Roosters have won 6 of the past 9. Ball with Hudson Young. Last tackle. Raiders only to halfway. They'll kick from the short side. Whiten, same deal. Down the throat of James Tedesco to bring the ball back. Hopewadi and Croker have him.
Yeah, it was another beautiful tackle by Jake Turpin on Jack White, and he went to jump down the short side. Oh, sorry, not on Jack White, and he went down the short side, and a beautiful tackle, Jake Turpin.
For Angus Crichton, it is a milestone game, game number 150. We had a Winnenida in the stands again tonight. Tedesco, dummy not fallen for. Canberra shut it down. Again, the crowd a little unhappy. Now Keary, Setterfield, Radley, back from that 3-game ban tonight. Roosters, last tackle, the young halfback, high ball, and well fielded by Hopewadi. We are going set for set at the moment. Who will flinch first?
Yeah, exactly. Both sides just willing to just roll their sleeves up, get to their kick. No penalties, really clean from both sides.
Whiten now left side, Hopewadi. Clear of that sideline. Another lovely winter's day in Sydney. We had beautiful weather, of course, up at the Sunshine Coast yesterday. Some good results again, plenty to talk about in rugby league out of this weekend. Fogarty, they get going out on the right side. Rapana moved into the centres there for a moment. In the barnstorming Timoko on his outside. Fogarty bombs from 38 metres out. It's a mighty strike. They need to get to it. Aponga's lost it. It's almost a professional foul catching it. Because if he doesn't catch it, the Raiders score a try. Ponga loses it, and there could be no more deliberate acts to commit a foul than this. I mean, you know you're offside. Butcher catches it, denies Canberra a shot at the ball.
Yeah, without a doubt. Hudson Young was just a metre away from that football. I thought he was a really good chance to get the ball, but it was a beautiful kick by Fogarty. He just puts it up in between the winger and the fullback, James Tedesco, and both of them looked at each other, and then obviously he made a late decision to go for it, and he comes up with the error, the first to break the Roosters.
So in the end, they decide to take the 2 points. It certainly wasn't an instant call. I don't know whether was Ricky wanting feedback from players. What were they feeling? Should they take the 2? And here it is again. Watch the proximity of Raiders. Yeah, Hudson Young. It falls into his hands. It's right there.
Yeah, both him and Corey Horsburgh were very close to the football. Whether they gather the ball, I'm not quite sure, but definitely a chance.
I tell you, Corey Horsburgh didn't muck around in finishing off the tackle on the young winger.
Well, he got the same treatment up the other end of the field on his first carry, so knowing Corey Horsburgh, he would have marked that in his little black book, number 9, find him where I can.
Yeah. But you think Corey, like the red rag to the bull, sight of winger's ribs would excite Corey Horsburgh,
yes.
I reckon.
Yes.
He'd have to wipe the saliva off his chin. He'd get a little bit pumped about that. So Croker to add another 2 points to his monster career tally. And the Raiders are off and running. The Sunday night is exclusive to Fox League. Great to be here. And the Raiders leading the Roosters by 2 points to 0. Game 300 didn't quite pan out the way Jared was hoping.
And when a side does take those 2 points early, it just shows their mindset. They understand the importance of this game, how close it's going to be. Take points when they're on offer.
Kickoff sails down, and just like the kickoff to the start of the game, Papali'i running it out, but caught at the 10. So Roosters have perfected that. At least the kickoff, they're getting good hang time and storming downfield to trap the opposition on the 10. The follow-up carry, though, is great from Tarpany. Post-contact meters there. And just like that, they get over the 30. Whitehead. It's a very seasoned pack that Canberra trot out now. Horsburgh. Much improved Corey, too. Like, he's a genuine middle forward now. The work rate, the quality. No wonder he's knocking on the door of Origin. Last tackle for the Raiders. Colt hero, Corey Horsburgh. Back to Fogarty. Kicking with Turpin in his way. He's getting plenty on it. They're high kicks. Tupou back with it for the Roosters. Not the Burton-style bomb, but still.
Yeah, definitely some height on it. Well, just for Corey Horsburgh, just being in that Origin arena, training, watching the preparation, he's going to be a better player for it.
So Roosters with a chance to screen to the right side. Good to see Joey Manu have a touch, are we? Like that time, it's Ponga in at centre and Manu on his outside. That's a little odd. Manu coming off a game last week, albeit not in the centres, but 9 tackle busts, 6 offloads. Get him into the game, the Roosters fans would be saying. 9.5 minutes in. Superstar doesn't touch the ball. Roosters back for Kieran. His turn to bomb from halfway. Got it covered. And Chris to bring it back. And there's some heavy work again.
Number 9, Jake Turpin again. He's in a mood.
Is it Jake Turpin or is it Jake Trebojevic I'm watching? I mean, that's superb technique from the Roosters hooker. Now Hudson Young. Josh Papali'i off the field for the Raiders. He's got quite a limp. Jake Duke will want to check this one out. This doesn't look good for Canberra. Papali'i is very much inconvenienced on the sideline. Raiders make early change. Whiten with the ball. The flick over the sideline. There wasn't much room for Hopewadi to work with, even if it was precise.
Yeah, and I think you'll find, Vossi, the Papali'i injury is from that kickoff. You called it how powerful it was. It was a great kickoff from the Roosters, but it was a really strong carry. It just looks like he's got either a knee or lower limb injury as he walks up the sideline.
And then the last carry, well, Jake will be all over it, but they didn't muck about getting him off the field. Only 10 minutes into the game. Maria Hargreaves on good carry. It is personal up front tonight. Now Smith, cut out ball. Manu finally gets a touch. And Hopewadi had him. But they've got their best field position of the game. 35 out. 3 tackles to work with. Set restart, Roosters. And that tackle again earns the ire of the fans. Jared gets straight to his feet. Radley right to the line. Build up is good. Kiri Tedesco straightens up. He's only 14 metres away from the Raiders line. Roosters fans get edgy. They think this might be their chance. Radley, Kiri, then for Smith. Croker does well. Lights out for the young Roosters halfback, with the old fella in the centres for Canberra making the tackle.
Yeah, it was one of the most experienced players up against one of the youngest players. As we watch Jared Hargreaves to tackle, didn't go above the horizontal. I'm comfortable with that. And then we see Brandon Smith, we see Croker just come outside, inside on him and forces the ball loose. Some really good defence. But actually the Roosters looked pretty sharp there. The 2 shifts they had with Victor Radley back into the team. It looks like they've got a lot more movement of the football and getting it to the edges a lot quicker.
So Raiders from the scrum. Rapana right there. Good intensity to this game. Most enjoyable the first 12.5 minutes. They're playing for keeps tonight. I always say once you get State of Origin 3 out of the way, your full focus is setting sail for the finals, and maybe because the series is decided, the countdown starting a little early. Let's go down to the sideline. Jake, what's the story with Big Papa?
It's a right hamstring for Big Papa, which is not good, guys. He's just gone from the bench up the tunnel to have more work on it, but that's not good. Got no good news.
No, not at all. Chris with the ball to halfway. And Canberra. Wolford did well. He was able to scurry at least 15 metres there. Time for another towering kick, you would suspect. It's for Whiten. Here we go. Whiten's kick. Out Tupou's way. Rapiders playing the man, not the ball. Not at any stage did Jordan look to the skies to see where the ball was. So if he was to end up with it, it would be somewhat of a fluke. Roosters out of trouble. It's running through on the ball. Roosters possession. Butcher straightens it up nicely. Raiders have scored the first try in the last 4 matches when they've played the Roosters, and 5 of the past 6. And interestingly, from that stat, all 5 times of the 5 of the last 6 have been try scored by forwards. Probably should have informed you of that at the start of the game, but first try scorer, a Raiders forward, perhaps, going on the stats.
Yeah, both sides have been this early part of this game, and their completion rate's been outstanding. They've just got to their kick. They've played with good control, haven't pushed any passes, and just played the field position game. Canberra obviously getting down there and getting themselves a penalty.
Wolford left and then went right to Whitehead. Quick play, the ball is good. That sets it up for the kick. He's got the spiral going this time. Good luck, Fogarty. No one's going to touch it. That was singing, that ball. Off the boot, it was going to come down in front of the posts. Where it landed was 10 from the touchline. That's a beauty from Fogarty.
Yeah, not only the height, but just the shape of the football, the way he hit it. As you said, it looked like it was going to land on the 20-metre line, then come back over towards the sideline and landed in between the 20 and 30.
All right, so shot fired in the bomb stakes. Roosters, Turpin, Tedesco pushing up. That's Tarpany alert to it. He saw it coming. Turpin, Ria Hargreaves, Radley, Kiri, Tubby. Crichton ran through. Would have loved to have had that ball in his grasp there. Smith down a bomb, 35 metres out. And Sebastian Chris with it. A little timid, really, the high ball from Smith. He was under pressure. So pat on the back for Canberra. Testing out the young halfback. Roosters would love to try and force an error from the Raiders, but they've done very well working the ball out of trouble so far. 7 of 8 completion rate tonight. In fact, both teams 7 of 8 to start the night. Yet to have a clean line break. Wolford, Tarpany, change of direction. And he's always capable of the offload. Got it away there, Horsburgh. Whiten now, sizing up the defence. Croker's got it. Hopper Whitey in attendance. Doesn't get the ball. Good tackle, Manu. Last tackle, Fogarty. End on end, bomb, Tedesco. Oh, he's outleapt. Lindsay Collins style. And Whiten's gone over to score for Canberra. Tedesco is left on the earth. And the Raiders, like a meteor shower, Jack Whiten. Canberra have the first try of the night.
Well, an outstanding leap by Jack Whiten to come over the top of James Tedesco. But if we watch the play of the ball, it's Jamal Fogarty who set it all up. Whiten was going to come out to the right-hand side and actually catch the ball and tip it onto Fogarty, but he said, no, get in the pocket, I'm going to kick for you, and just lands it right on the spot. Yeah, he chased really hard and gets up. There's no doubt about that. That's a try. Well-executed kick, but some really smart play from the halfback and just positioning his 5'8". He knows his strengths. He knows he can jump. He's an athlete. A beautiful kick and a beautiful jump and try.
Look, you've got to call what you see. I mean, James Tedesco has ended up in awful position to catch that ball. I mean, he was hundreds and blowing the way he was off balance. And White is quite brilliant. He's almost cartwheeled over the top and then able to slide into the in goal. It's truly spectacular. And I suppose we've been building to that. The bombs of Canberra have been an attacking highlight tonight.
Exactly, Bossy. It's what happened prior to this. That spiral bomb, the previous spiral bomb. He's got the back three worried about what's coming. And obviously they're on high alert. And Jack Whiten just come and stole his lollies.
So there you go. Roosters concede the first try against the Raiders again. And in fact, in the NRL this year, that is now 7 straight games the Roosters have conceded the first try. Oh dear, Croker's had a shocker. My goodness. He can't believe it. Jake on the sideline.
Jamal Fogarty's kicking game has been a massive factor in recent weeks. You remember him scoring 2 tries off his own kicks against the Tigers a couple of weeks ago. It's been a massive factor here tonight. And speaking to him recently, he spoke about how hard he worked on his kicking game in the off-season with Ricky Stewart to get it just right. And he finds his halves partner, Jack Whiten, there to get the Raiders' first try of the night. But while that was going on, Big Papa, a blow here for the Raiders. We've just been told he has been ruled out of this game with a hamstring strain. They think it'll be at least a couple of weeks, and then the Raiders will have a bye, but they won't be seeing him probably before then.
Oh, for the kick-off, it's gone. Or is it? No, they've put a foot on the dead ball line. Knock on, take your pick. Roosters get a result. So Papa's out of the game for the night and for a number of weeks. That's big. Croker's miss. Let's not move on too quick from that. That's spectacular in the end. But Croker's only misses this year have been from the sideline. He's only missed 6 shots at goal. The miss from that range then came as a total surprise. So 6-0 scoreline.
And to ask Emre Gula to pick that ball up is just too much.
Line drop out, goes short. Up and up, got the range, perfect. Great leap. And gets to ground quickly too. Manu for the Roosters. Crichton copped one, he's a bit slow to his feet. Smith, Maria Hargreaves. Full set, 10 metres away from the Raiders line. Roosters down by 6. Collins hasn't scored for the Roosters this year. 5 away, Turpin, Kiri, Crossfield. Tedesco, tip on. Beautiful to Tupou. Blink and you miss it. Well done by Tupou to get it back to Smith. Still opportunity knocks for Sydney Roosters. Kiri and straighten this time. A running forward is Radley. Not able to offload. Turpin, Kiri, Smith, Tedesco. Kick was hard off the boot. Batted back. Oh, they don't quite pull it off. First Ponga, then Tedesco. Couldn't quite pull off a magic trick in the corner.
Yeah, it was nice shape from the Roosters. They just couldn't get there. Just not enough space in that corner. They go for the kick. A little bit of lack of patience. Obviously, this year they haven't scored too many points. They're 17th in try scored. A little bit of confidence. An early try will give them that.
It is very sideways, a lot of their attack. Now, Horsburgh. Pull that one in off Hudson Young. Canberra on halfway. Wilford. Tarpany. It's just not happening for the Roosters attack. Another 21-minute period, no points. Didn't score in the second half last week despite winning. What is it now? 7 scoreless halves this year. Croker with the ball. He's got through. Manu. What a pass! Croker. Oh, the last one. Was it forward? Clyde says back. He's ruled it okay. And Canberra have scored the try. And there's little the Roosters can do to protest. Ash Klein gave it the thumbs up in the run of play.
Yeah, and James Tedesco wasn't happy about it. He thought it went forward, but it was just beautiful work. Jack Whiten again out the back of shape here. Just goes, and there's too much speed on the outside. It gets a beautiful ball back in the inside, and I'm comfortable with the last pass, maybe. I'm leaving it. Here we go here. Well, it comes out the back of his hand. So for me, for it to come out the back of the hand, even if it does travel forward, I think it's okay.
Okay. The first pass from Croker was really good. And then Young in support. Yeah, that's what you're saying, out of the back of the hand. Look at Tedesco, he's blowing up Deluxe. But from our commentary position, and you don't see it on the close replay, Klein then indicated pass has gone back, like a waving of the arm. He was fine with it in the run of play. It was Klein who called it. And Hopewadi suddenly is the Raiders' leading try scorer. 7 for the season.
And we saw Jared Croker there. You know, he's one of the older players in the team. He struggled to get back. He's had some lower limb injuries, knee injuries. And he just showed he's still got it. His speed to get to the outside, and a beautiful ball back in the inside to Hudson Young.
For those keeping count, this is his 1,106 shot at goal.
That's a good one.
And having missed from close, he bangs it over from the sideline. Oh, beautiful stuff. Jared Croker, one of the most respected players in the game. And that was proven a couple of weeks ago. And he's still got it. This is a great play. There you go. Well, look, my first impression was forward. So I suppose I have to stick with that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. It goes out the back of the hand, you know, and if it does travel forward after it's passed backwards, I'm okay with it. If we go back to how Canberra Raiders got into that field position, it was their set of attack over to this right-hand side for the Roosters, where they tried to push the pass and they end up kicking on the end of shape, and obviously they didn't get a result, and then Canberra roll up the field and do get 6 points.
Whitehead now for the Roosters. Best laid plans, but now there's scoreboard pressure. When you're trying to get your attack back.
Correct.
Suddenly now it's 12-0 down, and just confirming it is 7 times this year they've had 0 points in a half. Horsburgh on the run. It's been a very determined showing by Canberra. And it's based around some powerful forwards. Robinson v Ricky Stewart tonight. Two men that have won premierships at the Roosters. 6-10 record against Ricky. So 10 wins Robinson, 6 to Ricky Stewart.
Oh, Ricky Stewart would be so happy with his halfback, Fogarty. He's just been outstanding. His kicking game, obviously the kick for the try, a couple of spiral kicks, and then just then a yardage kick right on the money.
So Roosters with Tedesco back as far as the 40-metre line. They miss out Maria Hargreaves. They go a little wider. Crichton on an edge, and a beautiful tackle. Whiten, very good one-on-one. Crichton sloppy play the ball, pays a price. Attention to detail. Roosters, if they're going to mount a comeback, they've got to be perfect for a little while here.
Yeah, it's a funny one, this one. He does get his foot to the ball. It just doesn't really go backwards, but for me, that's still a play the ball technically by the rules.
Well, Shane, I mean, seriously?
I still think it's close to a play the ball.
You're very lenient, I must say. You've obviously had a very relaxed Sunday, and you've come here not wanting a fight or an argument. Because I'm telling you, that sucked, that play.
Okay, it's not a play the ball.
You can't just step over the top of it. Come on, Shane. I'm with you. Took some convincing. Right at halfway, Raiders. Whiten goes for Chris. Good to see him chiming in on the left there. He's a work in progress. The Canberra fullback, Sebastian Chris. Xavier Savage is now back on the radar, to fit and capable of coming into the side if needed. The jerseys is Chris at the moment. Horsburgh handing it off, and as he so often does, turns his back, puts himself in a position just to drop one back tarpany. Wolford, Fogarty goes flat. Hudson Young, 15 away from the line. Quick play the ball, Wolford. Here come the Raiders again. Gula in front of the posts. Last tackle, I'm looking for the 7. Fogarty, what sort of kicker you got for us this time? He'll go low, it's a poke. It's a drop, no play on Roosters. Butcher it was who ended up with the ball. Roosters have taken off both their starting front rowers, by the way. Maria Hargreaves and Collins off at the same time. And repeating the earlier news, if you missed it, Josh Papali'i lasted just 10 minutes tonight, hamstring injury. Even on the minor scale, you're looking at a few weeks on the sideline. It's terribly disappointing for Big Papa. So Roosters now working on that left side. They've got both Nathahu White and Terrell May. It's a lot of pressure, isn't it, on relatively inexperienced forwards, replacing A couple of players at the other end, a couple of internationals. How do they maintain the momentum in the forwards?
We just saw Jamal Fogarty just on the other side of the field after he kicked that football. He went into contact and he went to the right wing for that whole set. I think it's a knee injury. He's back into the back end of the play now. Interesting to watch how he pulls up.
Foot on to Tarpany, who spent a little time with the trainer as well. Well, they got the way they set up Rapina's infield. Here he is. They got Whitehead way out on the right wing. It was dancing down the sideline there. Canberra keep it alive. Whiten with a little jig in front of defence. Croker. So yeah, the Canberra offload starting to hurt the Roosters as well here. It's a really good performance from the Raiders so far. Fogarty with the ball. Bomb from 32 metres out. Tedesco's ready. It's batted back. Raiders will get there again. Typical scores it. Air raid sirens going off everywhere. At Allianz tonight, the Raiders are raiding aerial ways the Roosters.
They're just competing too hard. We see a kick, it lands in sort of no man's land. James Tedesco deciding whether he should contest the kick, and then the Canberra Raiders, hopefully they're all on side for Canberra's sake. They just go through and someone gets up above the football and just bats it back and it just bounces into his hands, and that should be a try if everyone's on side. But once again, Canberra just competing hard. Chris, it is harder than the opposition, and they come up with what's going to be 6 points.
Not a lot of reaction from the Roosters players around the ball once it was knocked back, and in comes Matt Timoko to score the try. This is big now. This is going to be 18-0. Canberra, give them a stack of credit. This has been a really good performance. But the story is the Roosters.
Yeah, exactly. And you have a look at that kick in the background, all the Roosters players that had stopped and given up on the chase, they left it to James Tedesco and one or two others of his teammates, and there was just more Canberra Raiders jerseys in the picture, and it just bounces. It just bounces for the Canberra Raiders because there's more people in the picture.
Well, here's the deal. This will be 18-0 after Croker's kick, and the Roosters are averaging 16.3 points a game. You do the maths on that. The mountain they have to climb tonight. Not saying they can't do it, but they have to do better already than what they've averaged this year. Jake on the sideline.
We watched Jamal Fogarty for that entire set. He looked like he was in a bit of pain, seemed to run it out, and then he tests that right knee out right there with another great kick, and he finds Seb Chris competing hard. Matt Timoko coming through the middle. That's his first try in 4 weeks, and the Canberra Raiders, they have a great record. When he scores a try, they've won 11 of 12 games when he crosses the line, so that's a good omen for them tonight.
Nice stat, Jake. I'll throw one back at you. We can go 1 for 1 if you like. Every time the Raiders have kept the Roosters scoreless in the first half, they've won. They're 6-0.
I can't beat you, Vossi.
All right. No, we'll go with 1-1. That's all right, Jake. I'll give you time. Raiders with it 15 metres out from their own line. And again, now they get penalty as well. This has the potential to blow out before half-time even.
Well, you said it earlier, Vossi, it was just how powerful the Canberra Raiders side are. Their middle forwards have done a great job. Tarpany's gone to the bench now. He's carried for nearly 100 metres, 97 metres for 9 carries. That was an outstanding to get the side off to a good start. And then the replacements that come on do a similar job.
Yes, on the score of experience, they have a couple of the Roosters bench players covered. Left side, good tackle there. And Chris. Croker, Whiten, right across, and Amre Gula with it. He's one of those experienced forwards off the bench. He never lets them down. Wolford, Horsburgh, relentless, even with footwork there. They're into the Roosters 20. They're set left and right. They come up the left side. Wolford to Whiten. Whiten delivers short to Young. Good defence, Roosters, to stop him ploughing through. Smith and Crichton there. Wolford back in front of the post. Fogarty, trap and scrap. Roosters ball just onside. They've got it 5 outs.
Yeah, that was a big tackle, Sandon Smith over here on Hudson Young. Big, powerful man. Had to be made, and he made it, and then gets to the middle part of the field and wraps up the football.
Now Victor Radley comes from the field for the Roosters, and Nathan Brown gets his first minutes of the night. It's a very different looking forward pack all of a sudden to what they started with in terms of what they could offer. There's Radley. Wasn't really a factor on return from suspension. Just a couple of runs, 21 tackles though from Victor tonight.
Well, I think that's a good start for Victor. He didn't want to be too... to just get out there and get into his game. He's been out for a while, suspensions and so on. Just get out there and play some football.
So they complete their 10th set of the night. Look, I know it's only one component of their attack, but you can't have Joey Manu go from 1 week 25 carries to only touching the ball twice and a half. I mean, I just don't know how that can be allowed to happen. He's just got to come into the game somewhere.
Yeah, he's got to go and find it, or his young halfback's got to get him the ball. He's got young Sandon Smith over on this edge with him, and he's just got to get him the football.
Trent Robinson actually said pre-game, guys, that he gives Joey Manu a licence to roam in games like this when he's playing in the centres. So interesting to see that he hasn't gone looking for it yet.
Fogarty inside, and Sami Solo, who's been a bit of a quiet achiever. He's played every game, linking up with the Raiders this year. Now Fogarty, bomb from 40 out. It's another beauty. It's another beauty. Tedesco's with it. He's in for a very goal. He's been shirt-fronted by his Origin teammate. Hudson Young dials into the mate versus mate principle on the back of Origin. Watch this, they get up. This is a tough night for James Tedesco. Yet to have a tackle bust tonight. Slow play the ball by Terrell May. And now left for Keary. Running off Nathan Brown. Roosters still in their half. And Tedesco. Opportunity to run, but finished off by Whiten. Last play. Smith is under pressure again to rush his kick. Whiten like a blanket over him there. And Sebastian Chris bringing it back. So they complete a set. I mean, the Roosters handling hasn't been their issue tonight. They've only made 2 handling errors. But no points, no line breaks. No points is trouble when the opposition have 18. Opawati.
And we had a look at that last set. The Roosters, they shifted in to the left-hand side, and Joey Manu did go over there, but he didn't get the football. He was just a rail, an inside runner. And then he had to peg back all the way over to this right-hand side on tackle 5 and never got the football when they shifted back again.
Whiten, oh, putting it down. That is a let-off as Starling put it down. And the Roosters should come up with possession on their 40. They would have been sweating on that, but if you missed the Roosters game last week against the Knights, I mean, Joey Manu playing fullback, 29 carries, 285 metres, 9 tackle busts, 6 offloads. Then you go to the next week in the centres, he has 2 carries of the football for 15 metres, no tackle busts, no offloads, through 35 minutes. Keary and Tedesco's with the ball.
You'll see on that occasion he's a lead runner and they play out the back of him, doesn't get the football again.
Smith on that run, 39 metres away from the Canberra line. Turpin, centre field, Brown, little show and go. Field position again with tackles to throw something at the Raiders here. They desperately need points. Smith, set restart. Crichton running the angle, but Canberra's defence very good. Solo, good technique there, driving. Now Turpin, centre field, kept alive. Brown and Keary onto the ball, Butcher. But Raiders' first contact is excellent in defence. Turpin, front of the posts. Brown will tip on. Terrell May hasn't scored an NRL try, goes close there. Turpin, right side, now for Ponga. Croker makes a try saver. Good stuff, Manu. There, Smith to the in goal, and Canberra, Watford back, oh, pinball! Off the back flippers, the side flippers, bouncing off the rubber. I don't know what happened in the finish. Raiders line drop out will do.
Yeah, exactly right, Bossy. I thought it was going to go over the dead ball line. Wolford got to it and nearly got it over the dead ball line, but then it was pushed back in play. Finally, Sebastian Chris, I think he just... Tedesco very, very close. And I think they're going to rule this James Tedesco error, 20-metre restart.
Nothing going right for the poor old Roosters tonight. Rapana brings it back. It becomes 17%. It just rubs it in. Canberra 18-0. It was an even start. They were going set for set. The Raiders went penalty goal first scoring play, and then Whiten scoring in the 17th minute, Hopewadi the 22nd minute, Timoko in the 29th minute. Two of those tries off bombs. Canberra well on top. Saulo with the ball. And their depth hindered tonight for the Roosters. Tupanua, Nat Butcher unavailable. Fogarty out right side, Timoko. Front on, Billy Smith did well there. I'm sort of looking forward to the next bomb. What the Raiders are going to put up. Fogarty here across field. Whitehead, he'll kick before the last. He kicks for the corner. That's somewhat of an anticlimax. Over the sideline there.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit too big off Jack Whiten's boot. Needed to get in between, in front of James Tedesco and the back of the defensive line and make it a foot race. James Tedesco to come forward, but it was just too big.
So Roosters no points second half last week against Newcastle. No points first half here against Canberra. And that will mean 8 scoreless halves this season. These are worrying times for the Roosters' attack.
You can get out.
Yeah, he should get in the room if he's going to hang around that long. Wilford Ping there. Roosters want to get a hurry on here.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. They'll get a good whole set here in the opposition's end. They need to play with real control and play out their whole set of 6 and a really attacking kick at the end of it.
Well, they've actually had more tackles in Canberra's half than the Raiders have had in theirs. They've had more tackles inside the Raiders 20 than the Raiders have had in the Roosters. So it's not field position that's been the problem tonight. Butcher on the run there. 30 away from the line on play 2. Turpin to Smith. He's working Manu's way. Kiri doesn't get it to Manu again. Now he does. Manu slides the line. Yes! Welcome back to Roosters hibernate, because that Roosters just come out of wherever it hides. Joey Manu shows us all what we know he can do.
Without a doubt, what a ball runner. He had a lot of work to do. He had to beat a few, showed his speed, his power. But it's probably the first time the Roosters have shifted to this right-hand side. It was Keary, just gets his nose through the line, and then a beautiful pass back inside. There's a bit of space there, but he had to use his speed and power to get through it, and exactly what the Roosters needed. They didn't want to go to half-time, 0 on that scoreboard. Now they can go with a bit of confidence, build in their second half. That's a big try just on half-time.
Gee, you see that sort of run. If he's not going to get the game, you almost say, well, in attack, I want you middle forward. I just want you getting the ball. I mean, that's speed and power and balance. And his 3rd carry of the match, and he does that. And over to young Smith, who took over the goal kicking last week from Keary. There's not a lot to pick from in terms of first-grade NRL goal-kicking experience. But Smith has kicked quite a few in New South Wales Cup. And we should be going to half-time 12 the difference. Yes, we will. That makes the Roosters feel a little bit better. The chicken nuggets at half-time will go down a little better on the back of that. I think the sponsor probably provides them. Half-time, 3 tries to 1. Sunday night on Fox League, Canberra 18, leading the Roosters 6. Manu. That was quite a try on half-time.
Yeah, it definitely was, and exactly what the Roosters needed. They just couldn't get any field position. They didn't have too many play the balls in the opposition 20. But when they do in this second half, they'll get some field position. They need to get it to Tedesco and Joey Manu. They're their class players. Obviously, Luke Keary is going to be the one around the ruck that created the half opportunity for Manu just before half-time. Get it in those three's hands, a good chance.
12 points the margin as we head into the second half, the final game of round 17 here on Fox League Sunday night with Matty Johns coming up. Kalen Ponga joining the boys on the show tonight. We weren't too about face-to-face this week. Jake Duke with us on the sideline could tell us more, but Jake is face-to-face with Jake Trebojevic this week on the program. Looking forward to that. Roosters serious start to the second half, direct running dialed in there. Brown loves that to halfway and beyond now. May tipping it on, the Butcher. Last tackle. Turpin. Back along for Smith. We're not going to muck about and trying to erase the 12-point difference, the Roosters. Canberra had 54% of the ball in the first half. That's not a good sign. Crichton ice pack on right knee. Jake will have news on that.
I can tell you right now, Bossy, it's a minor knee issue for Angus Crichton. They have ruled him out of this game, so a big blow for him in game 150.
Okay, get back to you in a moment on what the coaches had to say, but there you go, Jake on the spot, all over the news. So Crichton and Papali'i 1 for 1, both out of the match now. Here's Wolford on to Corey Horsburgh. Corey has played very well again tonight. A ninth hit up, he's 27 tackles, top of the match. Kick goes long from Whiten. Tedesco with it. Back comes James, running straight at Jamal Fogarty. So Tedesco into the 42nd minute of the match, no tackle busts. 11 carries, 113 metres from James Tedesco tonight. Keary, May. Over halfway he goes. Turpin been up with their best tonight. Jake Turpin. Nice little bit of footwork from White. Horsburgh makes the tackle. Good start to the second half, the Roosters. Very direct. Now Keary working off that platform. Butcher held on an edge by Canberra and has been injured as well in the tackle there. Down to his feet. Will play it. Last tackle. Roosters. Keary has placed it to come down a few minutes out from the line. Clean catch and try. Manu either side of half-time shows us his megastar qualities. What a difference Joey Manu's involvement makes.
Well, what a superstar. We saw just before half-time how important he is. And he got this Roosters side back in the game just before half-time, and then he opens up in the second half. Their second set, he just comes down there, jumps above the pack, and just has enough awareness, power to get the ball down one-handed. That's a fantastic leap. And then a lot of work to be done post that. Gets down, knows where the try line is, turns and twists, and a fantastic put down.
Fox Ultra, how good does it look?
Ooh. Ooh. I'm comfortable.
Yeah. You've been comfortable all day, Shane. You're loving life. Joey Manu, what a leap! What a leap! It's been a feature of the match. It's not everyone's cup of tea, the kicking game. There's been people before say tries off kicks, you should get less points and all the rest. But gee, they've been spectacular tonight. Now any separation, yeah, it's good enough. That's perfect. I'm comfortable.
That's a try.
2 tries. Here we were. Two runs for 39 minutes. And now either side of half-time, 2 touches, 2 tries.
Yeah, and we said just before half-time, you just got to find a way to get him into the game. And they found a way by a kick, and then obviously a shift in just before half-time. But such a quality player. We talked about his numbers last week. already just 2 tries with 3 or 4 touches.
Now, I observe a little bit of skullduggery here from the Canberra players trying to put Smith off. He complained to the ref, and the ref blew time off and told Canberra, you stay still, and now he'll take the shot and puts it in the left hand upright. Roosters are back in it. 18 points to 12. The leap is worth watching again. This is what supreme athletes can do in rugby league. Times it perfectly. He's at his highest when he makes contact with the ball and slams it down. Now, Jake, what about the coaches at halftime?
Yeah, Trent Robinson, he just wanted more power game in his running from his forwards through the middle, getting out of their own end a bit better. And then when they're in good ball, using the ball a bit more, getting their creative players and their strike players like Joey Manu involved a bit better. Ricky Stewart, he wanted a big emphasis on these first 20 and starting well, so he won't be happy with what the Raiders have ditched up.
No, but there's no question the Roosters have stepped it up.
Well, you called it, running their first set, how powerful it was. It went up to the 60-metre mark, and then it was a beautiful kick in the bottom left-hand corner. That started it.
Lovely tip on there. Woody Robinson have just mentioned, oh, by the way, Raiders have had a habit over the last few seasons of fading. They certainly have a habit of conceding the last try, so if he gets down tight, terminal try for a 40-20. He's pulled the trigger. He's got the angle, not the strength. Chris is with it. Not a bad tactic, though. And then the chase is good. The crowd is back in the game. The Roosters have come alive. And now it's the Raiders being raided. At 18-12, and still Collins and Maria Hargreaves to come back into the match. Chris, a good run. 10 short of halfway. Whiten, one of the try scorers from the first half. Sunday night here on Fox League, ahead of Sunday night with Matty Johns. And into another week we go. Corey Horsburgh thrown down in the Turpin tackle. Jake Turpin, 34 tackles for the night. 34 tackles, 46 minutes. Spiral bomb again. No one's going to catch it. And it bounced in a friendly fashion for Tedesco. So Roosters outside there, 20. Sebastian Chris had some boot trouble for the Raiders out the back. He's back on his feet now. Trainer was with him. Keary, Butcher, shaping to bring Smith into it. And Keary again. Billy Smith this time. And almost back to halfway. Turpin takes them left. Keary kicks before the last. The chase is there. Tupou coming through. It beats him over the sideline, but they're winning a number of battles at the moment, the Roosters.
Yeah, and it's not a bad result. They get their line set. The Canberra Raiders take it to the middle part of the field. The Roosters have their line set, their numbers right. Obviously, with that injury to Angus Crichton, now we see Victor Radley go over to that right edge. And predominantly through the middle part of the field, we'll see Brown being that middle part distributing forward. Radley locked into the right edge.
That's a fair observation. It's got a big role to play, Nathan Brown, when you lose those 2 starting front rowers. Crichton's now gone for the night. Hopewadi turns it inside. Whitehead off balance, does so well. Whitehead, Rapana with it. Flashy attack from Canberra. There's an all-late offload. Tim McCaw. Did the Roosters touch it? No call from the sideline official. Raiders still with the ball. Jordan Rapana, ever the competitor. Whitehead. Fogarty. Crossfield. Whitehead. A little bit of width. And a good shutdown on the play. Victor Radley. That's good defence. Now Starling for Canberra. Just short of halfway on tackle 5. Fogarty in position to go again. And Tedesco to catch. 5 metres out from his own line. A lot of kick return metres for Tedesco. But they've been spot on with their tackling of him. I mean, he could end up with 200 plus metres tonight and not bust a tackle. Tupou caught in that carry. Still a couple shy of Minicello's club record. That's NRL May. Oh dear. Well, it's all been going good for them. May loses it. Does an interchange front rower get any say in a captain's challenge? The answer is no.
And both sides have been so disciplined in their sets coming out of their end and just getting to their kick. And on this occasion, interchange forward just comes up with an error in contact. Both sides been outstanding in completion rates.
Canberra have their bench or the available players back up, warming up, and that includes Joseph Tarpany. Next point's very interesting in this game. Roosters on a roll, crowd back into the game since half-time. Now Whiten across, into the line comes Chris, and there's Manu. Strong with the tackle, one-on-one. Canberra, high ball, Whiten, Horsburgh. So they're going to match up now. What they've done in attack, they're going to match up in defence, the Roosters. Good signs for them. Fogarty. And, oh, they've broken down there. The Roosters will get the ball. Mix up between Solo and Whitehead. Roosters possession.
And Canberra was so good in the first half. They just based their game around their middle forwards, going forward and getting some quick play the balls. They played a power game. That set there, they shifted straight away to the left-hand side and then to the right, come up with an error.
Working out Manu's way again. We're looking for the Roosters number 4 to pop up now. It's with Smith. You run right up to the line, dummy. Don't mind that. Ask a question. Last tackle, Roosters. Keary, bomb to the corner. Here comes Tupou. Rapana's there. Good catch. At 33, he can still jump. Jordan Rapana.
Yeah, if we get to see this replay, it's Timoko that comes through, does an outstanding job getting back to the ball and just running Tupou off. He just had to change it, that check in the background there, just checked him. Was enough so Rapana could get a free catch at the football.
Rapana with the catch, and then in mid-air, he's in the ninja position. He's a barometer for enthusiasm in any Canberra performance. There's Butcher who comes reeling out.
And he'll go for HIA. We'll see big Jared come back out onto the field.
He's up on his feet. The nose has been a bit of smash repairs there. Penal beating required to the Snoz, the vegan Butcher.
He's a tough cookie. He's been outstanding. His line running, his tackle technique, he gets better. His last year was, probably his real breakout year, but this year he's just taken it to another level.
So Canberra with a bit of work to do in this set. 2 tackles on their 10-metre line. The Roosters force another mistake. Whitehead there. They're moving in fast. They've certainly got the message of the coach at the half-time break. Horsburgh this time, but that's the 4th, and they're only just beyond their 20. So we saw for Canberra. They'll have to kick from inside their 30. It'll be Fogarty's job. And high and long. He's a very sweet kicker, Jamal Fogarty. That one's a 50-metre carry. So Roosters back with it. Sunday night here on Fox League. Next week we'll start on Thursday night, a derby. Sharks and Dragons for you to kick off the round. Don't mind that. Tarpany ready to come on for Canberra. Leah Hargreaves on this run. Back in maybe a fraction earlier than he would have planned. Roosters, 35 out. Manu going wide. It goes behind Smith. It's picked up by Tupou. It's kept alive. Tedesco doesn't pass it back to Manu. But it's good to see Joey bobbing up midfield. Last tackle, Roosters. Skinny 10 for the Raiders, I'm here to tell you. Smith kicks high, and Chris is there with the ball. Doesn't have to even jump for it.
Oh, it's a good catch in the end. It just lands straight in his lap. but he had to get to where the ball was going to land, had to do a bit of work to get there. Been really impressed with Jake Turpin for the Roosters. He's done an outstanding job early on. He's some really good contact, and he's made 36 tackles, and his service from dummy half has been crisp.
Canberra, no points now. Their last try, and totally on top, was the 29th minute when Timokor went over. So that's some 24 minutes of game time ago. Back to Chris. Might be another try coming. Chris to Fogarty. Fogarty's jumper at full stretch. He stopped. And now, wrap it up. Timokor, set restart. They're offside. Chris runs at them. Deliberately offside. Klein doesn't send anyone to the bin. Canberra with it. Rapana. Overlap left side. Radley. A beauty. Slams him down. Oh, the halfback. Boy, did they need that, the Roosters. Now Wyden. Horsburgh. 11 from the line. 18 points to 12. Plenty of time left. Walford. Bear hug tackle. Only the fourth. Starling. Whiten got a hard pass up on left shoulder. Wasted play, Canberra. Last tackle. Fogarty is right side of the ruck. They're all ready for it. You'll look for Rapana. Here's the leap. Rapana's got it. Oh, Tapani puts it down. They've won the leaping battle tonight. Raiders. Rapana there. Clean catch. Almost for Canberra.
Yeah, it was almost. It just lands a little bit out from the try line. Rapana, a good awareness, gets the ball back, and his big front row couldn't handle it. But if we go back, it was the tackle that Victor Radley made in the middle part of the field on Fogarty. If it gets to the outside of him there, it is a try. They had two outside the post. It was a tackle that had to be made. He come off his line. It was a ripper. It definitely had to be made.
Replay clearly showed Tedesco got his hand to it. So Canberra feed, 10 metres out, left side. This is where White likes to run it. He just puts it down. No, they're offside. He blows a penalty. They're up by 6. They're up by 6, and it's 6 to 7 metres to the side of the posts.
Jared Croker already in position. I think he'll take the shot at goal.
Don't argue.
I've seen teams further offside, but not about to dispute what's detected at ground level in the heat of battle. Taking their time. I mean, Ashclyde's probably entitled to give them a bit of hurry on here. You're having a shot, Jared. You're the kicker. You can't just be addressing the team.
And I know it's not the, obviously they're going to slip behind to 8 points, the Roosters, but it's definitely better than conceding a try and a goal there, because they were shot. As I said, that Victor Radley tackle that was made, if he just got the ball to the outside, it was definitely going to be a try for Canberra on that left-hand side of the field. So a big tackle, but for the Roosters, not a bad result in the end.
Yeah, they're certainly in the contest, the Roosters. By the way, they've picked up their game. The try before half-time has definitely made all the difference. So Croker, who missed one in the first half, but that only his 7th miss of the season, bangs it over. 8 is the margin. Canberra Raiders against Trent Robinson's Roosters here on Fox League. One Origin match still to go, and tickets available. No such thing as a dead rubber. It's New South Wales v Queensland. You want to be there. You want to be there at a Course Stadium. And tickets are available, of course, to that one. Game number 3, a Course Stadium. Wednesday week it is. Roosters with Tedesco. Doesn't go long. Doesn't get the hang time of earlier kickoffs, and as a result, Canberra are further upfield. 20 plays 12, 23 to go. Corey Horsburgh. Still completing very high, both teams in fact. 85% Raiders, 88% Roosters. Ooh, White only just got away with the play the ball there. Wolford kept it alive. Sebastian Chris. Another pretty good game from the Canberra fullback. He's run for over 180 metres. He's said work in progress in the first half. He's going well. Horsburgh now with the ball for the Raiders. Caught up by Manu, who was looking to strip it away. Horsburgh offloads. Starling's got the ball. And runs more or less straight into Luke Keary. Last play, Canberra. Fogarty. Another ball. Sweet sound off his right boot. Tedesco! Tedesco! He'd be under pressure. He's missed a few tonight. That's a brilliant take.
That is a brilliant take. Under pressure with what's happened prior. He could have even got inside a penalty. I thought there was a bit of contact whilst it was in the air. He goes up for the ball, whether he was contesting it or not, or just going for the player.
Hargreaves back, but Tedesco showing his quality there. It's quite a fullback shootout on the running metre count. So it's Sebastian Chris 186 right at the moment. 20 carries. Tedesco 15 carries, 172 metres. This time Keary kicking. Corner. And, Canberra, good field position to start. 15 inside their own half. He was the man playing it. Now Croker. So couldn't get the win in game 300, maybe 301. Will set the record straight. And a big part in one of the tries in the first half. Halfway Canberra. Starling. And working on the right with Gula. They still have Nick Kotrick fresh. Roosters have Drew Hutchison on the bench. Raiders put down by Whiten. Roosters, door still open for them very much. Here on home soil. Raiders nowhere near putting the Roosters away here. Keary on to Smith. Taken across field. Roosters, the side playing for their lives at the moment. 40 metres out from the Canberra line. Keary calling the shots. He wants to sweep right. He wants a quick play the ball. Set restart. There's a full set to work with. Collins is back on. Crowd again lifts for the Roosters. Now Smith, Keary, Radley. Doesn't go all the way to Manu, but they're inside the Raiders 20. Tedesco is pushing to go short side. He comes the open. Now changes direction. Held in the tackle of Croker. That's only the third. Roosters, Turpin, Smith, cut out ball, Manu. Great defence, Hopewadi. Still for the Roosters though, Smith, Maria Hargreaves, Keary, he's going to kick. It came off the legs of Whitehead. He cleans it up. Canberra back with the ball. No, they're not. Roosters come up with a ball. Might even score in the corner. Manu! Ball comes loose.
It might have been in the act of scoring.
He's saying knocked out, and the try might end up going to the unsuspecting Pommer on the wing. He just, well, I'll just put my hands on it.
Confirm that it is a loose carry. Over there, I believe the ball was up, and it's a one-on-one strip.
All right, so I'll have to look at where it all started and where it all finished.
Yeah, well, I think you'll find it's James Tedesco, just the awareness of the one-on-one strip. It's a tackle complete. I think it was a kick, and he's trying to gain possession, and just a contest there. I think that'll be okay, and we'll go and have a look at the second part of it, is the grounding. Once again, James Tedesco here, competing hard.
There's no tackle completion at this point. The ball has been stolen in a one-on-one contest we're playing on to this point.
Canberra might argue the ball-carrying arm had touched the ground and then it was reefed, but anyway, we've moved on from it. Now, what happens here? Is it slapped out or not? Well, that's loose carry.
Just looking to determine how the ball comes away from Joey Manu.
Wadi there.
Joey Manu is attempting to offload the ball. The ball goes forward. We have a decision.
Did Bonner ever get the ball down after that? He's doing a little trick on his leg.
Yeah, the way I saw it was I thought he got up and then he tried to steal it. Just a judgment call. Have you got that yet, Joey?
No try, bottom line though. But Joey Manu again reminds us all what he can do.
Yeah, Canberra scrum for it here and put it down to the winger, Hopewadi. He came up with a beautiful tackle on the earlier over in that corner, and that's a big play there as well. Coming in, making good contact, forcing the error.
I'm sure Ponga doesn't even end up bothering putting the ball down. He just decided to pick it up and not put it down. Wouldn't that have been amazing if they had have ruled that the ball had been knocked out by the Raiders and you've forgotten to put the ball down?
Well, exactly, and it wasn't far off either.
He did not put the ball down.
The referee could have ruled the other way that Hopewadi played it.
That's right, and your winger doesn't put the ball down.
Yep.
Wow. Canberra. Just when you think you've seen it all. The game is still in the balance. There's a lot of time. 19 minutes to go. 20 plays 12. It was 18-0 at the 30-minute mark. Only the goal to Croker since for the Raiders. Whitehead with it. 10 inside their own half. Canberra. Gula has worked very hard off the bench. His ninth carry there. Back for Fogarty, who has kicked and kicked and kicked. I don't think he's had a bad strike tonight. Turpin's going to get a breather for the Roosters. Finally, Hutchison will go on. Turpin will come off, having made 42 tackles in 62 minutes. Smith with the ball for the Roosters. In fact, he's going up the tunnel too. There might be more of an issue with Jake Turpin.
Well, that was an outstanding kick by Fogarty as well. Inside his half, just lands it a metre out from the try line. Yeah, maybe could have been a little bit higher, but beautifully placed kick.
Papali'i, hamstring injury, 10th minute of the game. If you missed that one, Angus Crichton, knee problem for the Roosters, gone for the match.
Big tackle.
Roosters' last play. Hutchison in kicking mode this time. Chris underneath it. Raiders with the ball. And the crowd settle down again into the contest. It was looking ugly at 18-0. You thought Canberra could get one or two more before half-time. Not the case now. Croker with it. Only on the scoreboard at Canberra on top at the moment. 5 inside their own half. Starling, Tarpany, little step, turns back, can't get the offload away. This time Fogarty will bomb to Tedesco again. And has time to catch that one, but the chase has been good. The kick, oh! Down goes Tedesco. Jake on the sideline.
Big blow for the Roosters, guys, after losing Angus Crichton to that knee issue earlier. Egan Butcher has been ruled out of this match with a HIA, and we're just checking on Jake Turpin, but it's told it's a rib issue.
All right, so lots of dramas there. Goes to the sideline. Well done to stay in the field of play there with Whites. Roosters into the Raiders' half. Keary wants a shift. Here he is with it. Across field he goes. He's headed Manu's way. Dummy, but taken by White. Tedesco. They play a little ruck play. Tedesco, left foot grubber, comes loose. Croker to the loose ball. Queensland-like coming in on a loose ball on the ground there from the Raiders.
Yeah, it's just really good work from the Raiders. They just didn't give up on the play. The kick went in, and then there was just people around the football again, and Croker just wanted it more than the Roosters players to get a nice offload.
Gonna read on that, a little bit of last resort about that play, I thought, with 15 and a half to go. Now Whiten. Corey Horsburgh gets the rest. Now Hudson Young. What do we got from Corey? 16 hit-ups, 129 metres.
36 tackles.
Nice. 3 tackle bust, 3 offloads. Last tackle, here we go again. Another beauty. Tupou underneath it. The chase is all there. Roosters 12 metres away from their own line.
Yeah, it's a real arm wrestle at the moment, Bossy. Both sides. Haven't really found a weakness in either side. They're just both chipping away, just trying to get some good field position.
I've got to say, Shane, I'm a little surprised the Raiders aren't contesting every ball, given the success they've had tonight. I don't know why you would just let Tupou or Tedesco catch it when you're close enough.
Well, on the last two, it was probably the Roosters' defence that kept him inside their 50, and he just wanted to get deep down in field position and come up with a nasty pass. Obviously, with Turpin going back out, and the Roosters, with their 2 edge-back rowers not on the football field, we've got a lot of players playing out of position.
Just kicking out a dummy half there. Smith had done well on the previous play with a trap, rather than playing the ball with his hands. Rapana. Raiders begin this set on the 40-metre line. Timoko. He's become quite the tackle buster, Matt Timoko. Starling. Chris. Centre field. 13 and a half to go. 8 the difference. Oh, there's good contact front on there. Cops a boot for his troubles. Lindsay Collins. Raiders, Starling, Fogarty. Now they're running. Whiten off to Hopewadi, who was in the centres. Last tackle. Croker a dummy half. Bomb this time, or kick, will be Whiten. No, switch of play. Roosters shot it down. Play on for Croker. Roosters get the numbers there. Almost out on their feet, but they got the job done and remain in the contest as a result.
Yeah, it was a really good job by both centre and winger on that far right-hand side for the Roosters. They went down there once and they were both out on their feet, and they came back over it again, and they come up with 2 big tackles.
Sunday night with Matty Johns follows this one. Kalen Ponga, special guest tonight. One way to finish off your sporting weekend. Waria Hargreaves on this run. Now rolling forward. Tedesco just sends them down the left side. Played by May, Kiri. Dropping the ball back off on the inside to Brown. Another set played out here. Kiri. Their bomb's not as effective as the Raiders tonight. Rapana. He was ready to get hammered. He knew it. Smith flying through over the top. Now Timoko. Roosters. Can they see a ball force loose here? Now Chris on the third. Raiders have had one area where they have beaten the Roosters tonight. It's the offload game. 19 offloads to 6. Good driving defence there.
Oh, he's been good, Billy Smith, defensively. Come up with some big tackles. He's energetic as he just misses one from Marker.
What a set. What a set in defence. 6-metre gain from the Raiders. Fogarty to kick. A wobbler, which will get up to halfway and somehow kick on. And then, Tupou and Tedesco allowed to go another 10. The Raiders get out of it. That's a great defensive set from the Roosters. They're in the contest still, but have to score next.
And they have to get it to that man we spoke about in the first half. As they just chunked out from dummy half, it'll be a penalty, but they need to go to their right-hand side and get it to Manu, get him in the game somehow.
All right, this should take him inside Canberra's 20. Flying all over it. We had the 4 set restarts in the game. That's the Roosters' second full-blown penalty in the match. This is a very big set in the context of the game. Collins on 1, 20 out. Now for Brown. He'll advance it 10 or 12 metres. Crowd again are up. Across, Maria Hargreaves. 5 away from the line. Smith playing dummy half now. Away to Keary. Keary left side to Desco. Change of direction. Little stutter. Straighten. Canberra onto him all night. Starling. Solo. Tarpany all there. Slow the ball down. Smith. Brown. Up to the line and Collin in the tackle. Last it is for the Roosters. And then the kick from Smith, looking for Tedesco. They'll get a line dropout.
Yeah, I just feel that they, on this line dropout set, they need to come over and set up on this left-hand side of the field and let Keary swing over to the right-hand side and get the ball to Manu, or just get some shape around Manu and Radley at the moment. Too many shots in and around the goalpost, and then obviously always going to the dominant voice in Keary.
29-33 completed sets. Rapiner likes the short dropout. Does he play that card again here? Of course he does. He's done the little dink. Straight down the middle. What a play. What a play. Rapiner for Sebastian Chris on the run.
That's a smart play. They saw the little Roosters halfback standing in the front line. They've been kicking to the other side, making a contest. This time, a beautifully placed kick, straight out in front, well organised.
Well, he made a late change to the lob wedge. Jordan Rapiner there. And that came off a treat for Canberra. What a blow for the Roosters not to get another set there. Starling, Fogarty, Whitehead.
Such a big part of the game now. If you can turn them away or get a dropout.
Fogarty, another kick. Tedesco, he can catch it. White's in front of him. He's got one tackle bust there. Tedesco. .200 running metres for Tedesco, 228 for Sebastian Chris. Albert Hopper-Whitey, 206 running metres tonight. Daniel Tupou, 184. There's some numbers for you. What's Victor got a problem with here? You can't just stand there, you do have to play it. You can't just stand there having an argument with the referee. It doesn't work that way. Rhea Hargreaves with the ball.
He's probably said, yeah, this has happened to me plenty of times.
Ah, right.
This tackle.
Yeah, maybe time and place. Manu, dummy, Manu, over halfway. Another run of great quality. Keary drifting, now kicks hard, and it's over the sideline.
Yeah, it was tackle 5, but I just think maybe it would be a better kick to put it in the air, make it a contest. Unfortunately, just goes over the sideline. As we watch Manu go through the centre part of the field again, he's so powerful. As we keep saying, Bossy, get him the football.
I know we'll sound like broken records, but it's almost frustrating that you're not seeing. I don't know. You're the coach, Shane. You've got to come up with a way to get him in the match.
Yeah, well, Luke Keary's the man. Luke Keary's just got to get the football to him. He's got to swing over to that right-hand side and play a little bit from left post or left field position and get him the football.
Billy Smith's had 12 carries. Manu's had 8. There's the story of the two centres. Canberra still in the box seat with the breathing space that the Croker penalty goal gave them. 8 the difference. Sure, the Roosters might have one more in them. Have they got any more than that, though? It's keeping us on edge. Still no game time for Kotrick. Thought he would have been useful. Starling with the ball for Canberra. Last tackle, Raiders. Slow play the ball. Fogarty. His 700th kick for the night. Down it goes to Tupou. So 30 metres out from their own line Sunday night with Matty Johns not too far away. The boys in good form, I'm told, ready for tonight's show with Kalen Ponga.
And not only their kicking game being outstanding, their kick chase and their first contact on their kick chase, and then the backup tackle from that tackle too has been really good from Canberra.
Yeah, very few tackle busts from the back three from the Roosters tonight. Oh, tipped up there. Well, surely past the horizontal, so only ever so briefly, of course.
They're reviewing it. Dangerous tackle.
And he ended up okay, but for one fleeting moment there, there, he's at the wrong angle. So penalty Roosters. Mind you, if they go on with it, could have been quite serious.
It's done now. Time's up. Penalty sufficient. Let's go.
Joey Barney wanted to go quickly, but obviously the tackle was under review and they wouldn't let him go early.
Yeah, Rapids had a late challenge of that ball and ended up on the artificial grass, which hasn't helped. He's in a bit of pain. He's cramped up. Well, he's off the field, so they don't have to stop play. That's an interesting one. So they're saying he's taken it dead, over the sideline rather. So Roosters centre field with the ball. Brown now, here they come, Radley! Just held, solo tackle. Roosters down by 8 to Collins! Origin star scores his first try for the Roosters for the year. Collins finds his way over. A 30-game try drought is over, and the Roosters are in the hunt.
As we see right now, he jumps for the ball, tries to get it back into play, and in the process gets some cramps, but he's out of the field of play. And obviously the Roosters play on, had no impact on the play. Radley pushes his nose through the line, gets a really quick play of the ball, and then it's a beautiful pass to the big Origin front rower. He had an outstanding game on Wednesday and picks a beautiful line straight under the post. Lindsay Collins, and the Roosters are back.
Collins scores for the Roosters. This young man had a bit to do with a try and a dummy half. The pass from Smith, Jake on the sideline.
Lindsay Collins, man of the match in Origin Game 2, turned out 127 metres and 27 tackles for Queensland, backs up for his team and scores a crucial try to keep this one tight. And these two teams, they love a game decided by single digits, and they're both good at winning them in 2023. The Roosters have won 6 of 7 single-digit games this year. The Raiders have won 8 of 10 close games. Who comes out on top in this one? 2 points in it, 4 minutes to play.
3 minutes, 59 seconds. Collins on the board. I swear it's the Twile impact. Suddenly they're all getting Hazelton, Makatoa, Collins. They're all scoring tries. The front rowers inspired by Alex Twile. Canberra. Into the last minutes we go. Championship minutes. Golden point not out of the question. Collins off the back fence. At Allianz Stadium, it's an expensive fence. The Roosters, Tupou, Roosters cheered up. The fans know how important it is for them. Outside the 8s. Maria Hargreaves, Hutchison, Manu, wasn't clean ball. Caught by Hopewadi. 15 inside their own half. Halfway through the set. Maria Hargreaves over the 40, Keary now right to left they go. Hutchison for a moment thought of kicking. Offload is loose. Back they go. Makers picked it up. Or rather, White picks it up. Kept it alive. Bradley cannons off a defender. They lose ground on the play there, the Roosters. Attacking with Hutchison for Keary, and then the tackle on White, front on, offload, back for Smith, Roosters chance, then Tedesco loses the ball! Rapida comes up with it! One of the main men lost the ball. Horsburgh has cramp for Canberra. And then a tackle from Radley. What happened there?
Well, I think he's falling, and unfortunately for Victor Radley, I think he comes in contact with the back of his head, and we'll find it's a penalty.
Radley on Croker. Time off. And Raiders are going off. When he comes, player well and truly falling. To contact with the head is made. Gee, they're cramping up everywhere here. Timiko's got the baby giraffe legs on at the moment. Horsburgh's been worked on seriously on this touchline. Canberra's run out of trainers. Enough trainers to work on the... They're calling people out of the crowd to work on players' cramps.
Yeah, Corey Horsburgh, he's come to the sideline. He's got terrible cramp. I don't think he can go on. As we've seen Kotrick come onto the football field, maybe for this last 2 minutes.
Well, we surely we're not waiting for the cramp player to come. No,
surely
that's
not.
a GM. That's got to be a GM. We're not. It's not a life-threatening situation for Matt Timiko. I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, and we have a look at that replay for Tedesco just pushing through the middle. Brandon Smith just offloaded in the football, probably just a little bit earlier than he was expecting. He thought Smith had enough space to go to the next and draw and pass. And unfortunately, they come up with the error, and then they shift. Canberra shifts straight away over to that left-hand side. And unfortunately, he's falling, and Victor Radley just clips him around the head, and they get the penalty. They just got to control possession now, Canberra.
Raiders 2.5 on the clock, 20 points to 18. If it stays at 20 to 18, of course the 2-point field goal then is in the mix on the next set for the Roosters. Has Keary got a long one in him though? He's kicked some crucial field goals to win this year. Could he bang one over from outside 40? It's all hypothetical at the moment as the Raiders attack. 5 minutes away from the line. Young will be playing it. Wolford has a sneaky look down the short side. There he goes off the mark. Still plays it. Now Whiten. Little show again. Goes flats. Gula caught up in the tackle, 10 away. That's the 4th for Canberra. Would love to get it in. Goal at the end, Solo. Running as hard as he possibly can. He's looking above the line there. Last tackle. Oh, Watford's kick. Was it played out? It was Canberra Fogarty. Raiders 1 set closer to victory. Stewart over Robinson. Starling caught there. If they play it real smart, the Roosters mightn't touch it again. Solo another carry for the Raiders. They're right on the Roosters line. Roosters can't get their hand on the ball. They can't really risk an orchestrated strip either when they're this close to the line. This tackle and Canberra plunge over to score. Starling now. Just duck. Last tackle. Been a boring set, but it's a beautiful set if you're a Raiders fan. They haven't turned over possession. Fogarty, get it to a corner, cop the tackle, change over. Perfectly done by Canberra.
Yeah, exactly right, Vossi. Perfectly done by Canberra. Turn it over in that bottom corner. They make it a little bit messy. They get their line set.
Eliminate any chance of 7-tackle set. So the Roosters really, barring some sort of Manu or Tedesco magic, they have to get over halfway for a 2-point shot. It is their only chance at golden point.
Shifting to their right now.
Smith, Hutchison, Keary, cut out. Manu stands up his man. Manu fled, put down by the Roosters. Their last chance over the sideline. The Raiders are going to hang on. The Roosters are going to slump to 7 and 8 for the season. Full-time siren sounds. And the Raiders have got home without scoring a try in the second half. Just a goal to Jared Croker. And at the finish, it's a goal to Jared Croker, the difference. Full-time, Canberra 20, the Sydney Roosters 18.